Today, we're meeting with Antoine.
Antoine is a mad French scientist, and with his vlog expedition, he's taking you to 100 of the world's most amazing places.
The ass of the chicken. Favorite.
Awesome.
Okay, and twice.
All right, Antoine. Okay, so tell me about vlogging. Tell me about your workflow.
Yeah, vlogging to me is about three things in technicals. Having an awesome computer is about this, having a big shooter camera with an appropriate setup, and having a small shooter camera, which is to me a smartphone, and with the appropriate setup as well. So first thing first, the computer is the most important component of your setup because this is where you're gonna edit your video. So practical tips is get a computer that has 32 gig of RAM or 16 but not less, and that has a strong CPU like 3.5 something like that, with octa-core. So if you got a lot of money, buy a Mac laptop. It's great, it's reliable. If you don't, build your own computer, your own desktop, or buy a workstation, something like this. For the big shooter, what I use is a 70D from Canon. I don't use the 80D because why would anyone use it? The 80D is just more expensive. It's the same camera pretty much. Yeah, sure, it's tiny bit better in low light, and you got a plug to listen to your footage, but nobody does this in real life anyway. So the 70D second hand is like 400, 500 bucks now. You can break it, but buy a new one. It's just the best camera on the market for that. So the other feature I love about it and why that makes it a killer camera, it's because it has that flippable screen that enables you to actually frame yourself when you're doing selfies. And as it's touchable, you can also adjust the autofocus. This is absolutely what you need. To me, this is the killer camera. You need to have the good set of lens though to go with it. So what you want when you're doing selfies is to have a wide lens. There's one existing specially designed for this camera. It's the 10-18 STM lens. STM is important because it means that it will do a good use of the new autofocus of the 70D. Otherwise, the old autofocus is just going to have a hard time to find you, and worse than that, it's going to make a lot of noise that your mic will pick up. You want this lens, but it's not doing great in low light. So the other lens I have with it, it's a 24mm 2.8. This one has a good bokeh. I love the way it frames stuff. You still have an emphasis on the character, but you have a big set. You see the setting behind it. So to me, it's my favorite lens actually, because it's very tiny. It's all plastic, very cheap. It's very lightweight. So yeah, that's the one I love the most. And the mic I use is a Rode Video Mic Pro. That thing has a lifetime. It's crazy. You can like make it full of the time. It's still gonna have a great sound. I love this microphone. It's not really a problem with it, it's just something you need to be aware of, is that you need to have a battery in it for it to work. And quite often in your bags, it's just gonna turn on and you're gonna have no battery anymore. So if you have a 50 bucks spare, you can buy a Rode Video Micro, which is not a great microphone, but still does the job and doesn't have batteries. Another thing is the stabilization, which is very, very important. I use the Joby Gorilla Pod with the head ball hex, I think they call it. So you can tweak and move around the camera. This is just great. Like, buy the gray one, not the black and white one, because it can support more weight. Other than that, it's just you can plug it everywhere. For the small setup on the other side, since I got this big shooter that's very versatile, I don't need a point and shoot. So instead of a point and shoot, what I have is a smartphone, but a very good one. What I use is a Samsung Galaxy S7, which is to me the best video on the market in terms of smartphones. Also because it comes, I mean, you can buy, it doesn't come with, but you can buy a wide lens for 70 bucks that's specially designed by Samsung. You can screw it on a case that comes with it. And this is exactly the same quality. You don't lose in quality. The only downside is when you move on the edges, you're gonna have some jello effect. So it's great for steady shots, not so much for when you move around. The other killer feature I have, it's a two-bug feature. It's a ring. A sticky ring you put on the smartphone, and when you put your fingers in, it's a lot more steady than when you don't. The other thing is that you cannot drop your smartphone anymore, so you can try to have shots you wouldn't normally do with your smartphone. I use a Rode Video Mic Me, which is the same thing, $50 microphone, that does an outstanding job. I love that setup altogether. The problem with the Video Mic Me is that it's a directional microphone, so it just gets one of the sides of the smartphone, and I usually use the S7, that's another tip, with the dual camera app, which enables me to shoot at the same time from the front and the rear camera, or just switch from one another when I want to, like live editing pretty much. And that's not gonna work with the shotgun microphone, that's just gonna face one direction.